I think she's actually nice, which means I don't want to curse her, so I shouldn't show her the letter. If I show her the letter, then I'm bringing another person into it, because I need 5 people. I need 2 left, but then I don't want Ash to be brought into it either. He's hot. Hi everyone, this is Minty Foxu and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing another episode of The Letter. I really like this game. I saw that it had good reviews, but holy shit, when I played it the first time, I wasn't expecting it to be that good. So let's continue with this amazing game. Like, damn. So I think where we left off is we fell down some stairs, saw something creepy, and then blacked out. So a buzz breaks the silence. I start to ruse, pulled into consciousness against my will. I've never felt this tired before. I just wanted to sleep, but the insistence buzzing, poking, and prodding me isn't letting me. My old mattress may not be the comfiest of places, but that doesn't make me any more eager to wake up. Oh, someone's talking to me. They have 3 question marks.
5 more minutes, Becca.
Oh, she my roommate? I swat away at what is nudging me, persistently at my side. Obviously I passed out when people are trying to wake me up, but I can't just give a few minutes of sleep today. I promise I'll work hard once I'm up. Hold on. Gotta fix my chair. Okay, I can't fix my chair. Never mind. Can't fix my chair. A hand lightly taps my cheek and something cold is suddenly being pressed at the back of my head. The icy sensation slowly spreads throughout the area, giving me an uncomfortable feeling. I guess not.
Isabella? Gosh, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I don't know who you are, but you sound like a friend.
Isabella?
A fog immediately lifts from my mind. The moment I recognize the voice and my eyes snap open. They're looking down at me. It's Rose. Rose, where the fuck were you when I needed help? I was screaming bloody murder, and you weren't here, and your phone wasn't working, and I don't know who the fuck you are, but I mean... Rose, what the hell? Another woman loiters beside her, but my attention is too focused on my co-agent to even ask why there's someone else with her. Rose's posture just screams worry, although she's keeping a straight face, or trying to at least. I can't help but feel bad for making her fret. Dude! She fucking left us. She bitched at us to get here. We got here and then she wasn't here, and then we got attacked by things, and then we got knocked out, and we have... No. A wave of dizziness washes over me as soon as I try to get up, forcing me to lie back down again. Luckily, the feeling subsides after a few seconds, until only a mild throbbing somewhere at the back of my head remains. With a little assistance from Rose, I push myself upright. She hands me an ice pack and gestures for me to press it when I suspect a small bump has been formed. If the light ache in the area indicates anything. Dude, bring me to a hospital. I probably have a concussion. Did you see how many stairs there are in this place? Like, if I have a bump on my head and I have blacked out, I probably have a concussion. You might want to bring me to the hospital in case, you know, I have head trauma, because that shit can, like, show up hours later and you can die hours later even if you're not showing any symptoms. They don't care.
Alright, Isabella, where are we?
In this mansion?
The Ermengarde mansion. Why? Ow, my head.
And the date today?
The 21st?
October 21st?
Yeah!
Last one. Can you count to 15 in reverse order?
15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
15, 14, 13, 12 teen... No.
12 teen.
That's wrong. Why are we doing this?
She's just checking if your injury is in any way serious.
She no doctor. This time, curiously regard the woman standing beside Rose. It's impossible to overlook her. With with the way she towers over us. Okay, so you tall as fuck. Then why do you look like the same height in this picture? And here I thought Rose is already tall. Am I the shortest person here? If so, I'm happy, because I always wanted to be short. Who is she anyway? One of the remaining cleaning crews? She doesn't look like a cleaner. But with how primly dressed she is, I don't think anyone would clean in a suit, an expensive suit like that. The gloves alone must have cost a fortune. Her eyes slowly shift between me and Rose, considering us with an almost unreadable expression, before finally fixing a sharp gaze on me. What did I do? I can't help but fold my arms protectively over myself as she does so. She may be far from a cleaning crew, but she certainly looks like our supervisor during evaluation.
Just do it, please.
What? I eye them both warily, but recite everything she has asked me. Rose releases a breath of relief once I'm done.
You scared me for a moment there. I was about to call for an ambulance.
You probably should, but I mean, okay.
Are you alright?
I don't think so. A lot of shit happened when you weren't here. Aspiration soon replaces the dull ache. The memory's a little fuzzy, but the attic and...
There was someone, Rose. In the attic.
Someone? You mean a client? Oh, that's unlikely. It's probably just one of the cleaning crews.
Oh, believe me, it was not a client and it was not a cleaning crew, unless your cleaning crew is extremely disturbing.
The boss sent a few of them back this morning for some last minute...
No, unless it's like the ring girl, Sadako coming out of the well. I don't think so.
No, not any of those. I'm not actually sure. Wait, didn't I call you? You said you were in the attic when you answered. That's why I went there in the first place.
Both Rose and the lady look at me like I've grown another head. Did I say something weird? Rose quickly casts an apologetic smile at the woman before awkwardly silence stretches on further. It's her saleswoman smile, the same one she taught me back when I was still her trainee. I should show this as troublesome client, or just avoid trouble in general, she advised. It's also the same one she gives me when I'm done something particularly absurd that may cause us to lose a potential sale. Her eyes are serious when she turns back to me. She takes both my shoulders, gently squeezes it in with as much patience as she can muster.
As much as I'd love to have gotten at least a heads up of your arrival, I didn't really get a call from you.
That's not good.
You know, signal here is absolutely horrendous. I was in the garden earlier and couldn't even make a single call.
I wish we went to the garden.
Isabella, I'm going to ask again. Are you really alright? What happened?
A shitload of shit happened.
I don't know. It's all a bit blurry.
Of course. They're not gonna believe me because I got knocked out.
I remember I was looking for you, but you weren't in the attic. And there's... whoever it is. Then I must have tripped on a rug or something on the way down. Oh no. Do you think someone came in while you were out? You left the main door open. We are so going to get into big trouble if something gets stolen, Rose.
Perhaps it is a concussion.
What?
Are you sure you feel fine? We could still call for an ambulance. I could cover for you.
Yeah, that'd be great.
No, I'm fine. I'm okay, Rose.
Dude,
I can work.
Isabella, it's not worth the bonus. I think you're not thinking clearly because you don't remember, but you were trying to get the fuck out. Wait. Hold your horses, Rose. I can't just miss an important sale because of a minor bump in the head. It was more than that. An extremely minor bump. I've had worse when I was a kid. This is nothing.
Besides, if I leave, you'll have to shoulder everything in the open house. Alone. And in a mansion this big?
You make it sound humongous. Like, is it really that big? Well, there's also the part where I lose the bonus BRC promised, but there's completely beside the point. Rose gives me a skeptical look. When I return the cold compress to her and push my face off the floor, I have to use the staircase's rails to steady myself, but otherwise I feel fine.
See? I'm A-okay.
The two of them exchange a worried glance, and Rose assumes a contemplative look. I bite my lower lip in anticipation. Anticipation. If she says no.
Alright, you in.
Hell yeah. My smile threatens to slip out from me. I don't know if I wanted to win.
But if I see that you aren't feeling well, I'm taking you personally to the nearest clinic to have you checked. Clear?
Well, you're good, I guess. You're pretty smart. My character isn't.
Clear as day, ma'am. Thanks, Rose.
You insisted. But remember what I said. First sign of you looking not okay, and we're off. No questions asked.
Okie dokie.
It's just a small bump. Don't worry.
You shouldn't downplay these kinds of things. It could be a serious injury for all we know.
That's what I was saying. Suddenly, a small cough sounds against the walls of the foyer, interrupting our banter. The woman is looking expectantly at the two of us, her stare making me shrink back a little on myself. Who is she, by the way? Is she a client or is she our boss? Because she seems like she has power or some shit. Authorita. Respect her authorita. She isn't really intimidating. Well, she is. But not in the scary negative way. Far from it, actually. Her demeanor simply commands an air of sophistication and respect. In a different world, a younger me would have probably wished to be like her. At our lack of response, she coughs again, lifting a well-trimmed eyebrow at me in question. Words get caught in my throat at the sight of it. Rose, as usual, is as swift to catch my blunders.
My sincerest apologies, Mrs.
Miss McCulloch. Marianne McCulloch.
What is that at the end? Do you hear how she pronounces that? McCulloch. McCulloch. I don't know. I don't know if that's French. Marianne McCulloch. Charlie Rose Designs. Interior. Oh, you're an interior designer. That makes sense. She hands Rose her business card. The words interior designer catches my eye before my partner flips it over. Oh, probably someone interested in the mansion for its 17th century influences then. I won't hold it against her, though. Despite the hearsay and remaining uninhabited for years, the mansion's original fittings and furniture have been kept completely intact and restored to pristine condition. I suppose some people find the trip to the past feeling appealing. After all, what it offers, this place could have been a haven for people looking to live somewhere with a classic historical charm.
Miss McCullough, I'm Rose Cooper, and this is my partner, Isabella Santos. We're just ironing out a few things, but we'll be starting the tour soon enough.
Santos? Am I Hispanic? That's cool. I wasn't expecting that. You're Rose Cooper, so you're white. White as hell, I think.
In the meantime, we've prepared some refreshments for you in the parlor while you're waiting. If you could please.
I always like playing that game where it's like you kind of guess if the anime character, like what ethnicity the anime character is. It's like, do you think they're supposed to be Japanese? Do you think they're supposed to be white? What do you think you're supposed to be, sort of thing? And that game is fun. I remember watching a video about interviewing people in Japan and having them guess what you think this character is. Like, that a lot of them were Korean, actually, which I find interesting. Very interesting.
Thanks. There's no need for it, though. I just stopped by for a quick survey of the place.
Oh, maybe she's Canadian. She sounds kind of Canadian.
I thought I should check the estate before I meet with the homeowners.
Rose's confusion is impossible to miss when she glances at me, and I return it with an equally perplexed look. And against my better judgment, I blurt out the first question that comes to mind.
I'm sorry. Homeowners?
Yeah, there are none. I should have kept my mouth shut. Sounds like me. Me and Isabella have a lot in common. A flash of irritation crosses her face, but it instantly disappears under a mask of professional detachment.
Yes. Hannah Wright? I was hired by her to handle the interior design for their newly bought home.
Oh, people bought this place.
This is the Ermengarde mansion, right?
Yes.
It is, but...
She pauses, possibly trying to find the words to fix the awkward situation without offending someone. We'll check with our supervisor. Suddenly, Rose nudges me with her elbow. I'm gonna say I'll check with our supervisor, because saying I don't know is, like, super unprofessional. Those few moments have given me enough time to clear my head of any nervousness and confusion clouding it.
It is, ma'am, but we weren't aware the mansion has already been sold.
Oh, and I noticed, anytime I make a certain decision, looks like my relationship status with people changes. So I think I just got on good terms with Rose. But yeah, that's really cool. That reminds me of in The Walking Dead, you know, if you have to make certain decisions, and then if you upset certain people, they're not going to help you, so they're going to, like, let you die on your own, sort of thing. And it also reminds me of Until Dawn. That game was the shit.
What do you mean?
I almost flinch when she turns her gaze on me, but I stand my ground. Besides, it isn't like I haven't dealt with awkward situations like this before. But yeah, like, who bought this shit? Are they even real people who bought this shit? Are you a ghost? This person's probably a fucking ghost. I don't trust them. I might screw up at times, but that doesn't mean I haven't learned a thing or two in the 5 years I've worked in business. How old am I? Probably in my 20s.
The mansion is indeed for sale, ma'am. Today's the open house, in fact.
Yeah, so if it's an open house, how could we have sold it?
However, we haven't heard anything from the higher-ups that a deal has already been closed for this particular property.
That's really interesting.
If you'd like, my co-agent and me can check with them right now.
She nods, seemingly in deep thought after I finished. She appears to be a reasonable person anyway. Given the proper explanation, she'd surely understand.
I thought something looked odd when I arrived here. Excuse me, I think I need to make a call to my secretary.
What is going on?
Thank you for your assistance, Miss Santos.
With a slight wave of her hand, she leaves us. That seems to be the end of it. Both Rose and I breathe a sigh of relief. Disaster averted. I also don't miss the thumbs up she gives me for doing a good job, and I can't help but swell with pride. Still, I've already prepared myself to dial the number to our Luxborn office and check, even if she didn't ask for it. I will be very frustrated if, for some reason, something has been decided without my or Rose's knowledge. There's a whole new level of affair. We've been working hard on this. Moments later, Miss Colic returned, looking a little frustrated, but with an apology clear on her face. I feel a little sorry for having to go through all this trouble.
There seems to have been a little misunderstanding with my client. If you'll allow it, I'd like to stay and wait for them here.
Okay, so basically, maybe the client wanted to buy it and like assumed they'd get it because they thought nobody else would buy it, so they already hired this lady? I don't know.
I was informed they'll be dropping by for the open house today. I figured it'd be a waste to just leave after that long drive. I might as well meet him here.
I see.
Certainly. You can stay at the parlor in the meantime, ma'am. I'm sure it won't be long before our guests arrive.
Oh yeah, have fun waiting there by yourself.
And, Isabella, I left a few documents in my car. You know where I keep those.
Oh, thank God I get to leave.
Can you please get it for me?
Yeah, I'll get the fuck out. Rose takes a glance at her wristwatch before tossing me a set of keys.
And hurry! We've still got a few minutes to double check those papers.
Okay, got it.
The two of them disappear behind the parlor's door. Their departure brings with it a stillness to keep me company, neither welcoming nor comforting. Alone like this, it's impossible not to think of what really happened. I wish the memory isn't as elusive as it normally is. Then again, Rose already said she didn't receive any call from me. Was it just paranoia? A temporary lapse after I heard all those tales about this place. Probably. I just want to think of it as such. Better to think of it as such, so I can work in a peace. Except a small part of my mind begs to differ. And if I'm going to be completely honest with myself, I want nothing more than to leave this place as soon as possible. I don't want what's in this house, and I don't want to know. The keys Rose have handed me dig into my palm, its jagged edges creating shallow ridges on my skin from how hard it's clutching it. It's a reminder of what I still need to do and why I haven't taken this job in the first place. Hugging my blazer closer to my body, I exit the house to get what Rose has asked for me. Just a few more hours, Isabella. Sell the house, get the money. What? Okay. A flock of people have gathered in the mansion's front yard by the time we officially open the doors. I'm surprised there's people actually wanting to come to the open house. I'm not sure whether I should feel baffled or underdressed or standing in their presence. Men and women of wealth and status, all dressed to the nines in fancy suits and lovely dresses of varying colors, compose the medium-sized crowd. Their necks, arms, and fingers are adorned with silver and gold glistening in the afternoon sun, some even more ridiculously fancy feathered hats on their heads. I really hope there aren't any magpies living nearby like in the stories. Those birds will have a field day in this. Oh yeah, because magpies like shiny shit. So everybody would be attacked by magpies, which are basically look like little crows, basically. They are murmuring among themselves, looking at the estate's facade, appraising with some arguing about how mansion has superior architecture. But most of it stops as Rose calls for their attention. They don't look too pleased at being ordered around, but what can they do about it?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rose Cooper, and this is my partner, Isabella Santos.
Isabella Santos.
We'll be taking a tour of the mansion in 2 groups. Please make sure you filled up our sign-in forms before joining a specific group.
Those who want to look around the first floor, please follow my partner. I'll be guiding the ones who wish to see the ground floor.
Hearing this, a few wander to me. They are mostly old ladies who are daunting at the idea of climbing all those stairs. Miss Colic also joins our group, but what really catches my eye is the elegantly dressed pair she approaches. They're both blonde and one has big boobs.
It's so nice to finally meet you! When Chief Inspector Lee mentioned that a famous interior designer is in town, I knew I had to get you.
Oh, her voice is annoying.
Your confidence in my skills is very flattering, ma'am.
I'm sure you won't disappoint, Marianne.
You also have a weird voice.
Oh, you know each other?
Not at all, ma'am.
What the fuck?
You mentioned something about a Marianne on our way here, darling?
Oh, yes, I think I did.
Oh, she has amnesia. Okay. There must be the client she was talking about. I might have seen their faces somewhere before. Some magazine or television. I can't remember. But then again, most of the guests we have ended up on the news, one way or another. I won't be surprised if these two already have. For people who are popular, though, they aren't dressed as loudly as the others, and in their simplicity, the couple stands out. The woman in particular is stunning enough to turn the heads of most people in my group, especially the men with wandering eyes. The guy standing beside her doesn't seem to mind, though. And if I'm going to be a bit bolder with my assumptions, I'd say he's basking in the attention. Both of them, in fact. I'd think they're brother and sister if it wasn't for their public display of affection. The matching rings on their fingers just cement the fact that they are indeed a couple. Whatever. Couple or not. What's important is we get to the deal closed before the current owners can even think of canceling the listing. I just hope one of the people in my Rose groups is brave enough, generous enough to buy this mansion. And so the papers in hand, I lead the way. Updated journal. When they aren't whispering among themselves or ooh and ah over one thing or another, they ask questions. You know what? I think my journal's been updating. I'm gonna look at this shit because it never tells me to look at any of this stuff below. I think I do that on my own time. So we're gonna look at my journal. Monday the 17th, nothing happened. Same thing for the 18th. The 21st is today. I can say before going to the Ermengarde, whatever mansion, Isabella Santos dropped by St. High School, blah blah, St. Goretta High School to check on Rebecca Gales. The former reminded the latter to take her flu medication before leaving. On the way to the mansion, Isabella received a phone call from Ashton Frey, reminding her of Zachary Steele's movie premiere that night. Oh, I didn't know it was a movie premiere. Okay. While looking for her missing co-agent, Santos found a mysterious letter in the Ermengarde mansion attic. Driven by fear from what she read, thinking the place is a curse at work, she hurried to leave, only to meet Rose Cooper, along with woman who introduced herself as Marianne McCulloch. Found Isabella Santos lying unconscious in the mansion's foyer before the open house started. Unable to recall what happened to her, Isabella insisted on working despite her co-agent's worries about her well-being. Today marked the open house for the infamous Ermengarde mansion, open to the public for the first time in years. Luxbourne's most esteemed and prominent personalities gathered to catch a glimpse of the 17th century property, including Luxbourne's most well-known couple, like Luke and Hannah Wright. So I guess that's who we are with right now. And then the next thing was relationship profiles. So we are Isabella right now. It looks like we are on pretty good terms with Marianne. Rebecca loves the shit out of us. Zachary likes us more than Ashton. Damn it! I love Ashton. Ashton's fucking sexy. Okay, second goal, we gotta get Ashton to like us, cause I already shipped them together. They're adorable. I like fucking Ashton. I want Ashton. I don't know who Hannah is, and I don't know who Luke is. I can't look at everybody else's names either yet, because right now I am Isabella, so that's what happened. And I think that's it. We could have branching tree. Warning, this feature shows the outline. Oh, no, cancel. I think that's it. That's definitely it. Okay, let's go. When they aren't whispering among themselves and the ooh and ahs over one another, they ask questions. From how the restoration process went to the history of the place, I answer them all. More than happy to talk about the art pieces and architecture mostly. However, I'm not to mention anything about the urban legend. Not a good material for sales talk. Even the entire population of Luxborough knows about it. Not only that, this reminds me a little bit of American Horror Story, the first season. But, yeah.
Some of the furnishings here are actually the 17th century originals, all of which have undergone a painstaking restoration process just to return its original beauty. Even the glass thing. Colorful ones. Oh, I don't know, but you get the idea, I hope.
You mean stained glass?
Especially that one, ma'am. It is said to be a gift commissioned by the fiancé of Lady Charlotte Ermengarde.
Aw, that's cute.
The mansion's current owners have specifically requested that the restoration crew take great care in handling it.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's a priceless work of art and the most distinctive feature of the mansion.
By the time I've stopped talking, her attention is already elsewhere.
Isn't this place wonderful, darling? I told you it's not a total waste of your time.
I don't know. Isn't it a bit too small? We might have to break a wall down to have more room.
Small?
Well, I think it is just right. Don't you think so, Marianne?
It is splendid, ma'am.
Okay.
But isn't it a little too early to make plans when no deal has been signed yet?
Never mind that. It isn't going to be a problem. We've got a wonderful legal team to handle everything.
Jeez, you guys are spoiled.
Start taking notes, though. I think I've got a few things I want changed before we move in.
Jesus. No wonder why the lady was confused. The rest of the conversation gets lost in the chanter of our companions. I don't want to make any assumptions yet, but their sheer interest is enough to give me some semblance of hope. Oh, please, please, please let these guys be the one. Eventually our group reaches the kitchen. Oh, it's pretty nice in here. Much like the rest of the house, a great deal of effort has been put in retaining the room's classic appeal. The open earth of the end of the room is particular, looks amazing, and like the ones I've only seen in fairy tale books. And mad props to the cleaning crew. Seriously, after overhearing hundreds of their complaints about the soot and tar staining the bricks and how much of a pain in the arse cleaning this would be, they still managed to pull this off. Or make it look presentable at least.
The highlight of the room, however, is what's underneath this hatch here.
Dead bodies? Ugh.
Oh, don't say anything yet. An underground wine cellar.
This is the first time the guy in gray speaks up, Mr. Duke Wright. My memory supply is from the forms they signed earlier. His sudden attentiveness catches me off guard. Since the start of the tour, only his wife has shown any form of genuine interest in the place. Apparently he likes his wine. But this time something lights up in his eyes at the mention of the Undercroft. What's so interesting about the basement? I really don't understand rich people sometimes. Right now he just gives me the impression of a child who's seen what he absolutely wants for Christmas. That, or he's some like serial killer. He wants to put his like victims in the basement. Or maybe he does really just like wine. I've always found it cute whenever I see children act that way, my younger siblings especially. On a grown man, it's almost funny.
Yes, sir. It could house around 7,000 to 11,000 bottles of wine.
Jesus.
Truly. And the room, how was it built?
I don't know.
The bricks that were used to build the cellar have been carefully picked for the purpose of maintaining and preserving a constant temperature and humidity in the room.
Jeez.
It's a good place to keep your private collection in if you have one, sir.
It keeps the corks in good condition.
Oh, love. Didn't you say before that you wanted to make your own personal vineyard? Perhaps you could start one here.
Jeez, you guys are bloody rich.
You know we're going to need space for that, darling.
And this isn't big enough?
If it's space you're worried about, sir, the Ermengarde mansion sits on a 46-acre lot. There's plenty of room for it.
Right?
We were told that the original owners had a horse stable built here before, too.
There's a contemplative expression on Mr. Wright's face, but he doesn't say anything further. His wife, however, seems pleased that he has started to show interest, if only a little. I smile to myself. I may not completely understand how these people's minds work, but I'm sure as hell how to spot a buyer with sincere interest. Score! I can't wait to tell Rose. The rest of the tour goes by without a hitch. After more than half an hour, we're able to cover almost every room in the ground floor, and we're heading to the parlor. Oh my god, a half hour just for the ground floor? Funny, the first time BRC hand us survey the property, I can't complain to Rose how big it is. Now I can't even bring myself to care no matter how much my feet hurt. Maybe this is just excitement over a possible sale. Oh, okay, it got creepy again. When we reach the parlor, however, an odd feeling washes over me. It starts off as a small goosebump on my skin, a feeling of being watched intently, whispers in my ear, shadows dancing, lurking in the corner of my vision, dark silhouettes that are gone when I turn to look. A chill settles down my spine, making me feel sick, and I start to break out in a cold sweat. I can't do this. I need to sit down for a moment. The old ladies in the group have been requesting for a break anyway. If I can just...
Excuse me? Everyone? We will be taking a 15-minute rest here before we visit the first floor. In the meantime, please help yourselves to the refreshments and snacks we prepared. If anyone has any questions, feel free to approach me. I'd be happy to help you.
I let them sit while I retreat to quiet corner to recover. Jesus, if this house is so big that it takes a half hour to go over the entire bottom floor, imagine like just getting ready to try and fucking leave. How long does it take you to get out of your bloody house? Like if you, let's say your bedroom's on the far end of this mansion, how the hell you're gonna be late to, what, you have to like take an extra 30 minutes just to leave? It's not what you think. Don't think about it. It's not what you think. I've probably just caught Becca's cold. Rebecca's cold. Don't think about it. I'm left alone for a good while, the same words spilling out of my lips in silent prayer, till a hand taps my shoulder.
Hello.
Oh.
You there?
Hi, how you?
Yes, ma'am? Oh, look at you. Having to show a group around a mansion this big must be exhausting.
Very.
Not a problem, ma'am. I'm just doing my job. What a hard worker. Anyway, Isabel, right?
Yeah.
Isabella, actually. But yes, what can I help you with, ma'am, right? Please, just Hana. Call me Hana.
Oh, that's easier. You're actually saying it in like the Japanese way, like Hana, because Hana means flower, instead of the English way of saying it, which is Hannah. But I like how you call yourself Hana. That's cool.
I just wanted to ask, how soon are we able to move in?
Sign some papers first, please. My brain completely stops. The sick feeling plaguing me is suddenly gone, replaced by utter bewilderment. Is this a joke? She looks at me expectantly as I struggle to come up with an answer.
Wait, ma'am, you see, but we haven't even negotiated a price yet, ma'am. We haven't even finished touring the rest of the mansion. A sale would be great and all, but...
She stops me from speaking any further and puts a hand on my shoulder. For a moment, with her tight smile, she looks as if she has tasted a particularly sour lemon.
Oh, please, sweetie, don't insult me. Money is not a problem. And, just between you and me, this place is better off with us than with some old lady who will probably just fill it up with cats.
Good point.
I personally don't think there's anything wrong with having cats here, ma'am Hana. I'm sure there's more than enough space here if you want pets.
Perhaps I'm still not feeling well, but really, what's wrong with cats? Yeah, I like cats. I have a cat, though. He is very hyper sometimes, and he likes to hunt me on a regular basis. More importantly, why is she talking about moving in already? She's weird. Is she a ghost?
Well, I'm more of a dog person.
I like dogs too. I have a doggo.
But you see, this is going to be a gift to my darling. It's going to be our anniversary soon.
Oh.
And it would be so wonderful if you can secure its purchase for us.
I see.
Why, I can even offer something extra if you help us out with the paperwork. We actually have a process for this, ma'am. I don't really think that would be necessary or appropriate.
And just what are you two lovely ladies talking about here? Leaving me and our lovely interior designer to talk here by ourselves. What would the people think, darling?
I don't know.
Oh, it's just small talk, love. I was asking if she could help me with the paperwork.
I try not to wince when her nails dig into my shoulder. Oh, she's spiteful. I'm scared. I can't help but send an imploring look at Miss Culloch, who only gives me an apologetic smile and a shrug.
Yeah, I can give you a fact sheet and a form to fill out.
She wastes no time in taking the papers from my hands and shuffling through the bunch. Oh man, Rose is going to be so angry with me for letting her do that.
Wonderful.
Well, I mean, if they want to buy it, sell it to them.
And Marianne, I'd really love to talk to you about those changes. You took some notes earlier, yes?
I did, Mom. But I really hope that this time...
Excellent. Hopefully you can help us out too, Isabel.
Sure. You keep saying my name wrong.
Isabella. Right. It's a lovely name, Isabel.
Okay, she's doing it on purpose. I hate when girls do that. They try to be nice, but they're like secretly being spitefully nice.
It's Isabella. Yes, that's great. We'll be more than happy to put in a good word to your superiors too, and... What's this?
A look of confusion and disgust appears on her face. Turning to her husband, he merely shrugs in reply.
That's, an interesting work of art.
She handed her
Not
the
to my
help.
taste, though. I'm sorry.
She handed her the help, help, help thing. Oh, God.
Darling, Buttercup, art is a complete overstatement for this garbage. It looks like a cheap prop from a D-list horror film.
Shush, love. Let the girl do what she pleases with, what do they call this? Oh, forget about it. At the very least, it's not as dreadful as the one art exhibit I was forced to attend last month. You should have seen it, Marianne. Even you would have been appalled.
Ooh.
But I'm sure you'll know what to do with our walls once we get started.
I highly doubt it is as bad as you say, ma'am. Nevertheless, you can be assured that my team will only pick whatever suits your tastes. Nothing of this chain letter sort, of course. It has to always work with a palette.
I'm quite sure chain letters these days don't come in this form.
In my turn, it's my turn to be puzzled. What do they mean? Rose and I double-checked everything. Are the papers I handed not enough? Oh, shit! I needed to hand it to 5 people. Well, I got 3 here. So I need 2 more. Wait, do I count as one of the... No, I don't count as one of the 5. So I need 2 more people after these guys. I want to ask what I did wrong. I don't want to mess this up. Well, we cursed them already. It's fine. But the way Ma'am Hannah's leading the conversation, I'm afraid that's exactly what will happen if I do interrupt her.
That's good to hear. See, darling, isn't she an absolute delight to work with? I can't wait to see how this place will look when she's done with it.
Yeah, go back to loving things.
Oh, you don't have to tell me that, Buttercup.
I smell it back on her face, and she turns to me, hands me a strange piece of paper.
I would still put it away if I were you, though. Otherwise, people might get the wrong impression. Anyway, as I was saying...
I don't hear the rest of what she's saying after that. I can only stare down at the paper, at the letter in my hands. The sides crinkle in the grip, and my breathing grows labored. Dread quickly fills my mind.
Isabella? Are you alright? You're looking pale.
I didn't even notice when Rose's group joined us in the parlor. I want nothing more than to say, no, I'm not alright. I want to leave this place, because I remember everything as clear as day. This letter and that woman in the attic, it's real.
The letter. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Careless, I've been so careless. How do I even tell them without looking like I've gone mad? Show the letter to Rose, don't show the letter. If I show the letter to Rose, though, she's gonna be the 4th person. She's gonna be someone that I'm gonna bring into this mess. And I don't think I want to condemn Rose, because I'm actually liking her now. Originally, I didn't like her. I thought she was a bitch, but I think she's actually nice. Which means I don't want to curse her, so I shouldn't show her the letter. If I show her the letter, then I'm bringing another person into it, because I need 5 people. I need 2 left. But then I don't want Ash to be brought into it either. He's hot. But maybe I can prevent her and Ash from... Yeah, I still don't want to show her the letter.
Rose,
The words are stuck in my throat. I want to tell her, I really do. But is she going to believe me? She already dismissed me earlier. It's a conclusion, she said. It's not. A concussion, she said. It's not. There really is something in the house, in the attic, in that letter. It's going to go after us. Please believe me.
Dear me. Is Isabella alright?
Not really, but I mean, I'll pretend to be. Ma'am, Hannah's voice breaks through the haze, beginning to cloud my mind. Rose is looking down at me, worry etched on her features. I don't even notice when she removed the wrinkled paper from my hands and pushed me down to sit on a nearby chair. Damn it, she saw it anyway. From the edge of my vision, I can also make out Miss Collock's asking of a passing food server for a glass of water. Through it all, Mr. Wright stands in the sidelines. Although curious, he appears more inclined to watch the scene than help. They are all as likely to believe me as Rose does. To everyone, whichever in this house is just a hoax, a cautionary tale to children.
Isabella, do you need me to call that ambulance?
Later we might need one, but right now, no. She offers me a drink, but I push it away. I need to get out of here before I cause an even bigger commotion, clear my head, take a breath of fresh air. Anything to take my mind off things. No one is going to believe me anyway.
No. I'm just feeling a bit out of it. Excuse me. I'll be back. I just need to catch my breath.
Bowing my head, I mutter a quick apology and gather my stuff to make a quick exit. Doesn't matter if this place is haunted or not. I've caused trouble, and Rose can quite unforgiving of behavior like this. It's quite unforgiving of behavior like this. I'm almost at the door when she catches up to me.
Isabella, wait!
The apprehension must have been quite obvious on my face because her expression instantly shifts to something gentler, eyes softer, a fond smile spreading on her lips.
Hey, I'm not angry.
That's nice.
I know. I'm sorry I ruined this for you.
Come on, you didn't ruin anything. It's not like we haven't ran into any problems before. If we don't get a deal today, we can always try on a different day. And look.
She hesitates, completely trailing off, before shifting her gaze down to her hands in a small gesture to stall. Her fingers are fiddling with a piece of folded paper. It's that stupid letter again. My hands stiffen when she gives it back, but I take it nevertheless, whereas an automatic response and a desire to have it back. I'll throw it away if I can, but I have this nagging feeling that one way or another, it'll find its way back to me, regardless of what I do.
Rose, this is... You have to let them know about...
I know you want us to get this sale so badly, and we've made a lot of plans on how to go about this. I mean, who wouldn't? This is the first time I've been assigned to a property like this. I've sold plenty of houses before, but nothing like what we have here. It's a beautiful house. I'd love to get one of my own if I ever win the lottery. But I think... Look, here's the thing, Isabella. If we are going to do this, work on something, I don't know, this big, I need you in top shape. And the way you are now...
It's not my fault! My mind stopped.
What? Wait. No, I can still work. I just need to get myself together.
That's what you said earlier. I let it go because I thought, hey, it's your own body and you should know more than anyone how you feel. But after this, I really think you should take a break.
Oh no.
You're kicking me out?
No, I'm not. Look, all I'm asking is for you to take a seat somewhere I can see you, and let me handle this for now.
Okay.
You're clearly not yourself, and I honestly could use some time not worrying when you'll fall over or not.
Oh
The day's not even over, and I'm already feeling the stress.
no!
Please, humor me just this once.
Fine. She clasps her hand together in front of her, eyes pleading for understanding. And I do understand. To some extent. That doesn't mean I feel any less awful, whether at myself an unlucky turn of situation has taken, or for her. I really don't know.
I promise I'll give you a full report of what happens after. I'll even let you take the lead tomorrow.
Fine. Okay. I'll step aside for now.
You're upset.
A little, yeah, obviously.
If it's any consolation, I won't tell the boss about today. You know how he is.
Please don't. I don't want a repeat of the lecture I got during my first assignment. He called me a noob, and I don't even know what that means.
He called me a noob! Oh god. It's like when you play a new MMO and everybody's noob hating on you. Realty? At the memory, both burst into helpless giggles, earning us strange looks from the guests milling around the door. Talking and laughing like this is easy to forget any mishaps that happened. Little things you learn to appreciate, I guess.
So, are we good?
Yeah, we good, Rose, we good. I don't want you dead anymore, you okay? I'm still not okay with it, but Rose has a point. It's better for me to step out of this one for now.
I won't be able to help you anyways if I keep getting distracted like this. Maybe I'll just take a walk outside or something while I wait for you to wrap things up.
Please, just stay put. I insist.
Okay.
I'm not an invalid, Rose.
You clearly have not seen how you looked earlier.
It's not that bad.
Color hasn't even returned to your cheeks yet. Just stay stay here, alright? Don't even think of going anywhere. Let me finish what I'm doing here, and then I'll take you back to Luxembourg myself to have that minor bump checked.
Yay, minor bump. Hospitals.
At least wait for me to call someone who'll fetch you, okay?
MK. She's gone before I can voice one word of a complaint. Left with nothing else to do, I find myself drifting back to the foyer. A few visitors linger in the area, some merely enjoying the afternoon sunlight streaming through the stained glass windows. Others can be seen admiring the priceless antiques decorating the room. One group of elderlies gathered some ways across from me is occupied in a friendly banter about which one can cost more to buy. A little argument here and an occasional laughter and teasing there. I smile to myself. The conversation reminds me of what I've been missing these past few months. Rose is probably right. I do need a break. Maybe this afternoon hangout will help. Speaking of, I should call Ash. Yes, call Ash! And a few hours early from what I told him, but he did ask for a call once I'm done. Yes! Call Ash, call! Besides, I don't have to ride back. He offered, so I might as well take it. Ash, let's go! Or bribe him into giving me one. Not that he'll ever accept the latter, personal convictions and all. Honestly, if there's something I find admirable about him, despite his tendency to annoy the hell out of me, it's that. Well, whatever works. A free ride is still a free ride. There's Rose's offer too, but despite what she says, I know I'll be busy for the rest of the afternoon, especially without me assisting. Bothering her for a favor as small as this is the last thing I want to do right now. A couple of minutes and a few prayers asking for a decent signal later, the call finally connects and...
Shit! Sup, I'm Ash from Deluxe City. Baggers, watch out, can't beat me. Looking for trouble? Better not lie. I'm a cool dude, pretty fly for an Asian guy. Sup, I'm Ash from Deluxe City. Baggers, watch out, can't beat me. Looking for trouble? Better not lie. I'm a cool dude, pretty fly for an Asian guy. Sup, I'm Ash from Deluxe City. Baggers, watch out,
What?
can't beat me.
Shit, how
Looking
loud
for
is this
trouble?
thing even?
Better not lie.
Oh my god!
Cool dude, pretty fly for an Asian
No
guy.
wonder why I like him. He's an Asian guy.
City. Baggers, watch out! Can't beat me.
A sharp ringing fills the entire hall, disrupting the pleasant quiet that settled. Soon enough, heads begin to turn in search of the source, mine included. My eyes dart around the small crowd before zoning in on a lone figure crouched behind the same group of old people, checking out the decors moments ago. He's facing away from me, fumbling with something in his hands. But I don't need to see his face to know whose back it is. Oh, I recognize that dumb park anywhere. Without bothering to end the call, I march towards him. After what happened, I'm really not in the mood to deal with this.
Of all the times to...
You were here already? Oh, you super cute though, oh my god.
Ashton Frey!
Yeah, so that's your ringtone, huh? It's pretty obnoxious when you keep hearing it. What happens next is something I'm sure they regret later for having not recorded. What the hell kind of reaction was that? He jumps, lets out an undignified yelp, followed by his phone slipping out of his grip. It bounces from one hand to the other in his poor attempt to catch it before ultimately falling flat on the floor with a resounding clank. I kind of feel sorry for the phone, the floor, but it's not every day that you catch someone like Ash off guard and get a reaction. Damn his stupid detective senses. I'll take every ounce of victory I can get, no matter how small. An awkward pause passes between us. I blink. He makes a face, and then in two quick motion, he ducks and retrieves his absurd gadget while a grin threatens to break out his lips. He doesn't meet my eyes when he straightens, but a flush has crept in his neck and cheeks. In another universe where I hadn't known each other for 5 years and suffering through his teasing, it's a day-to-day occurrence, chances are I'd find that adorable. I find it adorable. Endearing, even. Unfortunately, this isn't the kind of world. The way things are, I'm already content to see him out of his normally collected disposition.
Hello to you too, scaredy cat.
Asshole.
I could stand to be greeted like a normal person, you know.
So, even on this thing, it comes up as Ashhole.
What? And miss that look on your face? No way! Oh man, I should have taken a picture.
I am so honored you find this funny. Is that how you treat your guests? I think I need to talk to your supervisor.
Talk to yourself. You aren't even a guest here. What are you doing here in the first place?
For a moment, he looks like a cat that swallowed the canary. Suddenly checking every nook and cranny in his phone for any damaged or scratches seems to be a very interesting activity that explains himself.
Ash,
I could be looking to buy a house.
Bullshit.
a mansion?
Yeah, why not? Did you see the view outside? It doesn't look haunted to me at all.
He's messing with me.
Ashton, I am not in the mood. What are you doing here?
He chances a glimpse at some point behind me. The parlor? Curious. I follow his gaze, but before I can figure out what caught his attention, he places a hand on my shoulder and turns me back to face him.
I just finished working on something, so I dropped by.
Yeah, sure. I still don't see how his work has anything to do with why he's here. At my confused look, he drops the hand resting on my arm like he's touched something particularly hot and casually rubs the back of his neck. You like me! Oh, he likes me! That's what it is! Ooh, Isabella, you don't even know.
And I said I'll see if I can pick you up. Turns out I can. Free time and all.
Let's go!
So here I am. Figured you'd still be busy, and so I roamed around for a while.
Oh, you should have mentioned that sooner. I was about to throw you out.
Throw me? Hey, I was given a pamphlet. I think that makes me a legitimate client.
Okay.
We have mandatory sign-in sheets for clients, Ash. I didn't see your name on it. And you can't just roam around because it says open house. Normal people actually follow an etiquette here.
Right, okay. I think I'll just go ahead and...
No, wait. I wasn't really going to throw you out. Rose said... Never mind. I was just about to leave anyway.
Wait, what? Now?
Yeah, no, let's go. Something must have shown on his face because he pauses and gives me a long, hard stare. Sometimes I forget how easy reading people is for Ash, given how he often looks as if everything around him is a chore. I avoid his eyes, hoping he'd drop the subject and won't ask any more questions. The last thing I need is to tell him what happened, especially the part about the letter. In fact, he's the last person on earth I'd ever think about telling it to, if I can help it. Sure, he's a dependable guy. God knows how many times he's helped me, even without me asking for it. But stuff like ghosts and the supernatural, he'll never believe those, even if he hears it from a friend, except maybe if it's Rebecca. On a good day, the most harmless thing he'll do is give you an explanation why those things have no chance of being real. At worst, he's insufferable. He'll poke fun at every single chance he'll get. Ashhole. What did I ever do to him? He never does that to Rebecca or Zach. It's 'cause he likes you, fucking Isabella. Like, guys who like you, they tease you. That's what guys do because they're annoying like that. This is why girls are better. Guys think they're being straightforward, but they're not because they're always teasing assholes to the girls they like and it's annoying. Stop! I can already imagine how things will go down the moment I spill a word of what happened or what I saw. Nope, over my dead body. Before it catches his attention, I shove the letter deep into my bag.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Let's just go.
Doesn't look like a nothing to me.
Let's go!
We still have Zach's movie tonight, remember?
It's still early. And didn't you say your shift will end around 5 or 6? What about... Hey, Isabella, wait up!
Finally, we're out. A rush of air greets me as soon as the main door opens. Not the usual autumn draft, but it's still a welcome change from the stifling atmosphere inside the mansion. Ash's footsteps are quick behind me, the soles of our shoes thumping hard against the polished concrete in an awkward cadence as he rushes to catch up. He calls out once, twice. The mansion still looms in the background, whispers calling me back, shadows beckoning. Help me. Help me. I don't look back. Okay, guys, I'm gonna end it here. This is getting pretty interesting. Though this episode was kind of slow, it was mostly explaining the mansion, seeing people that were interested in it. But I'm waiting for more creepy shit to happen. So yeah, thank you for watching this episode of The Letter. I hope to see you on the next episode. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, check out the links below that have my Instagram and my Patreon. And I hope you come back to watch the next episode of The Letter. Yeah! Minty Foxu, Pop Punchu. And
Shit! Sup, I'm Ash from Deluxe City. Baggers, watch out, can't beat me. Looking for trouble? Better not lie. I'm a cool dude, pretty fly for an Asian guy. Sup, I'm Ash from Deluxe City. Baggers, watch out, can't beat me. Looking for trouble? Better not lie. I'm a cool dude, pretty fly for an Asian guy.